the prince who hid among the drummers. Every maiden in the kingdom wanted to marry the prince, but none of them knew the prince was already standing beside them. In the great kingdom of Icana, preparations for the royal dance festival had begun. For weeks, the villages buzzed with excitement. Women decorated fabrics with gold thread. Mothers taught their daughters ancient dance steps. And every unmarried maiden dreamed of one thing: becoming the future queen. Prince Obasai was admired throughout the kingdom. He was handsome, wise, quiet. But there was one problem. He refused to choose a wife. The king had grown impatient. "You cannot delay forever," the old king warned him one evening inside the palace. "Our kingdom needs a queen." So finally, the king announced a grand royal competition. Every eligible maiden in the kingdom would dance before the royal court. And from among them, Prince Obasai would choose his bride. The announcement spread like wildfire. Some girls practiced day and night. Others spent fortunes on jewelry and expensive clothing. Many believed beauty alone would win the prince's heart. But Prince Obasai had already made a secret decision. He would not choose a wife based on beauty. He wanted to know who people truly were when nobody important was watching. So 3 days before the festival, the prince disappeared from the palace. No royal guards, no royal robes, no golden sandals. Only a simple brown wrapper and a carved wooden drum. Disguised as an ordinary village drummer named Oko, he quietly joined the musicians hired for the festival. No one recognized him. Not the dancers. Not the servants. Not even the palace guards. From the corner of the gathering grounds, he watched silently. And what he saw surprised him. The maidens behaved very differently when they thought nobody important was around. One young woman smiled sweetly before the nobles, but insulted an elderly cleaner moments later. Another pretended to help hungry children when palace officials walked nearby, yet ignored those same children when the officials disappeared. Some dancers treated servants like invisible shadows. Others mocked poorer contestants behind their backs. Every day, Prince Obasai beat his drum quietly and observed everything. Then one afternoon, he noticed someone different. Her name was Adana. Unlike the others, she never tried to draw attention to herself. When food vendors struggled to carry baskets, she helped them. When children fell while playing near the marketplace, she stopped to comfort them. When exhausted palace workers sat alone after long hours, she offered them water without expecting praise. And the strange thing was this: she behaved the same way whether people noticed her or not. Prince Obasai became curious, so he watched her more closely. One evening after rehearsals, heavy rain began to pour across the palace grounds. Most contestants rushed away to protect their fancy clothes, but Adana stayed behind. An old drummer had slipped in the mud while carrying instruments. Without hesitation, Adana placed her own wrapper on the wet ground so the instruments would not be damaged. Then she helped the old man stand. The old drummer thanked her repeatedly. She simply smiled and said, "Kindness should not wait for an audience." Hidden behind another drum, Prince Obasai heard every word. And for the first time since the competition began, he smiled. Soon, whispers spread across the kingdom. The prince has already chosen his bride. He made his decision before the final dance. Nobody knew where the rumor began, but tension filled the palace. Some contestants became desperate. Others tried even harder to appear perfect. Yet Adana remained calm. She danced because she loved dancing, not because she wanted power. Finally, the night of the royal festival arrived. Torches lit the palace courtyard like stars. Hundreds of villagers gathered beneath the moonlight. The royal drummers began to play. One by one, the maidens stepped forward. Some danced with elegance, others with pride. The crowd cheered loudly after every performance. Then Adana entered the center of the courtyard. The drums softened. Her movements were graceful, gentle, peaceful. She danced with joy instead of desperation. And somehow, that made her impossible to ignore. When the final drumbeat echoed into the night, silence covered the courtyard. The king stood. The crowd leaned forward. Everyone waited for Prince Obasai to appear. But instead, Oko the drummer stepped into the center. The crowd laughed in confusion. What is a drummer doing there? Even the guards looked annoyed. Then suddenly, Oko placed his drumsticks on the ground. Slowly he removed the cloth covering his head. The laughter stopped. Gasps spread through the courtyard. The humble drummer standing before them was Prince Obeisai. No one could believe it. For days, the prince had walked among them unnoticed. He had listened to their conversations, watched their behavior, observed their hearts. Prince Obeisai looked across the silent crowd. "I did not hide among the drummers to judge your dancing," he said calmly. "I wanted to see who you were when you believed nobody important was watching." The courtyard became completely still. Some contestants lowered their heads in shame. Others stared in disbelief. Then the prince turned toward Adana. "You treated servants with dignity. You showed kindness to strangers. And you remained humble even when nobody expected it." He stepped closer. "I did not choose you because you danced the best. I chose you because your heart never stopped being kind." Tears filled Adana's eyes. The crowd erupted into cheers. But many people in the kingdom never forgot the lesson from that night. Because true character is not revealed during moments of attention. It is revealed during moments of invisibility. When nobody is watching, that is when your true self appears.